I'm so tired of lying.
He's just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. But what does it really take to do this role? Intense contractual pressures, forbidden romances, damaging injuries, and going undercover? And that's just a taste of what it's really like for the Peter Parker actors. We've got the inside scoop on the real Spidey experience.
We share something that only us three could possibly imagine.
Going to high school as a regular teen was never really in the books for Tom Holland. Until he went undercover, that is.
I went to an American high school undercover to see what it would be like to be an American high schooler.
What better way to perfect his New Yorker accent?
Even the teachers didn't know that I was not a real student.
Work it, work it, work it. All these Spideys got nimble and toned to play the superhero. Tobey bulked up like nobody's business.
I worked out for 5 months, 6 days a week, up to 4 hours a day. Had a nutritionist, and I was eating 4 to 6 meals a day, lots of protein.
But every Spider-Man has their own method. Unfortunately, they're not always that into it.
Lifting weights is not for me, personally, but I obviously have to do it for this.
Tom's training really started years before he was ever even cast.
Well, I was lucky that I did a show in London called Billy Elliot. They trained me in gymnastics while I was doing that show.
When it came time to wear the Spidey suit, though, the actor took a less conventional route.
You basically do like a yoga class while they electrocute you. It's awful. It's a lot of fun and it works, but it really is the worst thing I've ever done.
Will every Spider-Man fall in love with their MJ or Gwen Stacy? After Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst had to work together post-breakup for the second and third film in their franchise, Amy Pascal knew this was something that could happen again down the line, so she had a chat with the Spider-Mans and their respective co-stars, making sure to put on the brakes to any potential dating each other, but love happens. Especially when the chemistry is as electric as it's been between these actors. No suggestions, even from major producers, were going to stop these romances.
When you play Spider-Man, right, there's only 3 people to have done it on the big screen, and it's quite an alienating experience.
So how exactly does it feel for these Spider-Men to watch other actors wear the suit, or to meet the actor they're following up?
I'd been a little bit worried about meeting him because of what happened, and I didn't know if he was sensitive about the subject.
Luckily, their meeting was a good one.
I met Andrew at the BAFTAs, and he was so nice, so sweet, you know, it really felt like he was passing on the torch.
Andrew obviously talks the talk and walks the walk.
The young guy playing it now, Tom Holland, who's a fantastic actor, by the way.
Tom's encounter with the first Spider-Man? Well...
He didn't see me, and I was like, Tobey, hi, Spider-Man.
Luckily, they got better acquainted soon enough. No doubt it's strange, but in the end, the role does kind of connect them all in a very special way.
I'm genuinely happy they chose another Brit, and I'm not bitter.
Okay, this bro love fest is beautiful.
We actually do have a WhatsApp group.
And it breaks my heart.
Becoming Spider-Man was a literal dream come true for Andrew Garfield.
I signed up to serve the story and to serve this incredible character that I've been dressing as since I was 3.
Yeah.
But dreams don't always turn out the way we hope.
Got to work with incredible actors, a really great director, and they were really, really tricky. I was very young.
And while winning the role and wearing the iconic suit meant a lot, the baggage that came with it wasn't so great.
I learned a lot about what feels good and what doesn't feel good.
With great power comes great responsibility, even off-screen.
Here we go, 3, 2.
Who did Tom Holland hang out with when he wasn't working? Other superheroes, of course.
This little boy has proven himself to be a real-life superhero.
Holland got to mentor the young hero in the making, making sure to cover all the most important bases.
Let me get your eyes straight, hang on.
Yeah, this crew is in solid company. Superheroes all around.
There you go.
Tom Holland struggled with a leg injury filming No Way Home. One so bad that everyone got a break while the Peter actor recovered. Tobey Maguire had his own injury incident, but the main difference was that he faked his in an attempt to get a better deal for the sequel. Luckily, even after the incident, he got to keep on with the role, even if it meant having to deal with self-referential jokes in the movies both then and now.
I struggled to hold it all. I kind of rejected it a lot.
While fame comes with its upsides and being recognized around the world can be a total dream, it's not so great when you really just want to lay low and have a no-bones day.
I kind of resisted it a lot. I was young.
For Andrew, the struggle was real.
It was the attention which I struggled with, to be honest. The visibility, the being known, the not being able to walk around the street and just...
Tom really felt the pressure himself amid intense press tours. Ones that he couldn't say no to. Until his body did for him, that is. Yeah, our boy got himself off stage and threw up at a panel. It's a hefty price to pay. He was the very first Spider-Man, so naturally, it wasn't going to be an easy deal.
It was a bit of a process, but first we did like an audition on videotape in a little room.
But as if it was going to be that simple.
They saw the tape and they said, well, we know he can act. We want to see him do an action scene.
Okay, this sounds good. Good vibes.
I was in pretty good shape, so I peeled the thing down and tied it off of my waist and did the fight scene topless.
With a screen test this good, it's no surprise they found their Peter Parker in Maguire.
A few rounds of auditions and this amazing screen test with Emma Stone later, Andrew was locked in to playing Spider-Man opposite an amazing Gwen Stacy. Garfield himself was pretty impressed with his scene partner too.
Come on! Oh my god!
After there being so many impressive actors taking on the role of Spider-Man before, what did it take for Holland to really impress?
How many auditions did you have?
8.
And these auditions, yeah, not just a few pages.
For my auditions for Spider-Man, all I did was send them videos of me doing backflips.
After a long journey and showing the team how perfect he was for the part, the actor really made a splash when it counted.
Final audition, and it was a fight scene with Chris Evans, and it said Spider-Man flips in a frame.
So obviously, he backflipped in. Persistence pays off. When is it time for a Spider-Man to move on? Tom Holland has already said he doesn't want to get stuck in the role and needs to explore other avenues of his life. Andrew Garfield dealt with his own tough time when he came to terms with the fact that he just wasn't loving what he was doing with the franchise anymore. The actor didn't attend one gala event for the second movie, just needing a night to himself, but that did not go over well with the producers, and well, since there wasn't a third film as expected, you can only imagine how the team felt about that choice. For his first leading role in Homecoming, Tom Holland was about $1.5 million richer. That number jumped to $4 million for the sequel. Andrew Garfield got $500,000 for his first time in the suit and $1 million for his second. Expecting $2 million to come in for the third film, but as we know, that plan didn't really turn out. Now Tobey. The fact is, Tobey remains the highest paid Spider-Man at $4 million for the first movie, $17.5 million for the second, and $15 million for the third, plus an extra percentage of earnings based on the film's success. Now that was a good payday. Being Spider-Man is absolutely harder than we would have imagined.
This has been the most incredible experience, this whole journey from the day I got cast.
That Spidey suit is carried with those actors even after they're no longer playing the role. Because if we know anything, it's that it's never really too late for them to put the mask back on.